Hey guys, it's Chad.
And Brad.
And Dr. Bueno.
And I'm fired up today for one of my favorite subjects, peptides. What is a peptide, you say? I tell my patients it's like light switches. We call them gene switches in the body. And today I'm gonna have two guys that are way smarter than me tell you why I'm right.
So, Dr. Bueno, can you tell us what exactly is a peptide?
A peptide, much like a protein, is a chain of amino acids, except that in order for it to be an amino acid, it has to have 50 or less amino acids in it. They have a specific function, like a signaling. For example, insulin. If you're a diabetic and you're given insulin, the body is going to have to uptake it and do what the insulin is telling it to do. It's a message that cannot be ignored. If you also have a growth problem and you take growth hormone is also a peptide, in which the signal to the body is keep your growth plates open so that you can grow and become taller. It's not something that the body can ignore. The peptide is a message that cannot be stopped.
So they kind of work like hormones?
Yes, absolutely. There are 3 different types of hormones, actually. Some of them come from cholesterol, some come from amino acids, and some come from lipids.
Dr. Bueno, can you tell me a little bit about BPC-157?
Sure. BPC-157 stands for Body Protective Compound. It is a partial sequence of the actual body protective compound. It was first introduced and synthesized from human beings in 1993 from the GI tract of human beings.
Wow. So it's produced in the gastric juices inside of the GI tract?
That is correct.
Does that mean it can be taken orally?
Yes, it can. It's one of the very few peptides that can be taken both by injection and oral. It can stay stable in water or gastric juice for 24 hours without using or losing any of its viability.
Now, I also read that it's really good for joint recovery. It can proliferate growth hormone receptor sites in the ligaments and tendons and cartilage. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. Well, like you said, one of the major benefits is that it does increase growth hormone receptors in the ligaments. And by doing that, it increases the outgrowth of tendon fibroblasts. Fibroblasts is what creates new fibers, new collagen. And as you produce new collagen, then you start the healing process. By not only doing that, it also forces them to migrate. It doesn't do you any good if it only brings them healing in one little spot. It forces migration to the entire ligament or tendon or muscle in order to heal the entire area.
Dr. Bueno, I heard that BPC-157 can help create new blood vessels and capillaries through a process called angiogenesis. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. So as BPC has the effect of healing, it has to be able to bring new blood flow to the area that is damaged. And the process is called, as you're correct, angiogenesis. Angiogenesis as an adult is where your body is creating new pathways of blood flow to reach the damaged area. However, BPC also has the same effect on embryo, but we call that vasculogenesis, where the embryo now has the ability to create new blood vessels that it will help it grow and maintain a healthy lifestyle when the baby grows up.
Dr. Bueno, what are some of the other benefits of BPC-157?
Well, on this one, we have to take it slow. BPC has so many multifactorial effects that we don't necessarily know how it functions in all things, but we know that it's used for Lyme's disease, fibromyalgia, asthma, diabetes, leaky gut. It is also used in traumatic brain injuries. And one of the main effects, of course, as we know, is it can help you immensely with gastric ulcers. Because it is produced in the gut, it can heal it. And it can also help you with liver toxicity. From whatever insult the liver is receiving, it will help the liver heal.
So, Dr. Bueno, you've actually had a personal experience with BPC-157. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. Before we got involved with peptides, I had a chronic tendonitis in my right elbow for 9 years. As a chiropractor, seeing patients constantly is the same movement, repetitive movement. And it came to a point where I couldn't practice anymore. I've tried multiple cortisone shots, acupuncture, iontophoresis, dry needling, massage, of course chiropractic, and nothing was working until I came across BPC-157. I think actually it was Chad who brought it to me, and we started the process of utilizing it. And after 9 years of not even being able to grab a bottle, in 1 month, I was 90% better.
Wow.
And I am back in practice seeing patients with more gusto than ever before because I thought it was done. So when I am telling you that BPC works for ligaments and tendons, it does.
Wow.
It's phenomenal.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Number one peptide that we have up here as far as results. Number one.
I haven't seen any bad testimonials, not one. Everybody comes back ranting and raving.
And let me ask you one last question about BPC. Some people say that a side effect of BPC is they lose weight. Can you tell us why, maybe?
Well, as a byproduct, Dave, anytime that you increase growth hormone receptors in any part of your body, it also increases the utilization of insulin, right? So an individual who has more insulin in their system, specifically on activity, you're going to utilize more sugar and you're going to lose weight because you're producing more. So I think that's the only benefit that I can tell,
Right.
that it will cause you to lose weight.
Yeah.
But because you're in
That's
less
a
pain,
terrible side effect.
yeah, in less pain, you exercise more, your mentality is clear, your sleeping is better, why wouldn't you lose weight? As a byproduct of utilizing it, your life is better overall.